What is going on, all you Pokemon collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan, the Pika Pika Papa. In my last video, I promised you guys that I was going to reveal what I'm buying right now, and I'm a man of my word, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, at the very end of this video, I'm also going to tell you what my next data analytics video is going to be like, okay? So if you like the way I broke down Sword and Shield booster boxes, I'm going to be doing the same thing for another type of cards, another set, and I think this is a real opportunity for us to get in, make some money, and turn some profits. So if you can stick through to the very end, I think there's some awesome content there. Additionally, hey, we're growing and building this channel. We're growing and building this community. So if you like listening to things like this, and if you like what I have to say, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be with me. So yeah, I'd love to grow the community. All right, let's get into this right now. So the very first thing that I'm buying, and this should be a surprise to you, and it's definitely a surprise to me, is I am buying Celebration products, okay? First thing I'm going to call out is this does go against my nature because I'm always looking at the value of what's inside the box should be directly correlated to the value that's what's outside the box. One of the things that I've noticed is that the Celebration cards themselves, not a lot of big chase cards, not a lot of money in there, so you might be saying, hey Ryan, you just did this great video on what you're buying, why you're buying it, and it was really relevant, and now you're saying you're buying Celebration products. Well, there's a couple reasons for that. First and foremost, and this is what I really hope. I hope that there is somewhat of a limited production when it comes to this. I don't know if that's true because I'll tell you right now, my local Walmart is now flooded with these Lance Charizard and Dark V boxes. So they're obviously still in production. They're obviously still dropping products. But when I say limited production, I'm looking at those UPCs. So the one down at the bottom, I'm not buying them right now. I think they're overpriced. The price on those are starting to come down a little bit. So maybe once it drops a little bit, I'll get a couple more. But I do have one in my collection. Also, I really like that Pikachu character box. I think that's going to hold a ton of value over time. I think people are going to rip it. So I think that's something that I'm getting into right now. And again, another thing that I love is there's some nostalgia to it, right? Like this is a 25th anniversary product. There's only going to be one 25th anniversary product for the whole history of Pokemon. So the fact that there's only going to be one 25th anniversary product, I love this. I think that it's worth having some in it. And I don't have a ton of exposure to it. I'd say maybe right now, 20% of my efforts going into this. So you know, not a ton, but I definitely want to be into it. And also I love the fact that it highlights all the big names, right? Like Charizard, Pikachu, they're all over this product. And I do think that in time, this is going to be something that's a good buy and hold. I'm not opening any of it. I haven't opened a single pack, but I do have some of these boxes. I have this crazy dream. I don't know if I'll get there or not, but I'm thinking maybe just one of every single Celebrations product. I'm on the path right now to make that happen. I only need, I think, one or two ETBs. I need the two ETBs and I think one of the boxes, but I've got everything else. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have a master set of Celebration products, but I think it's a product worth definitely having some exposure to in my investing portfolio in Pokemon. So very next product, and I'm telling you this right now, if you take nothing else away from this video, I want you to hear me loud and clear when I say this. I am buying 1999 everything, okay? My goal right now is to get a 1999 set in PSA slabs. Super broad goal. I didn't say I want it in this grade or that grade because right now I just want to have it in PSA slabs. So these are the first three cards that I bought. Yes, they're in PSA 10s. I will say this all the time. Like you should be buying the highest grade you can possibly afford. If that means you have to hold off, if that means you have to save a little longer, I have been doing this for 20 years. I promise you this, buying the highest grade that you can in the oldest year that you can afford is going to serve you well in the long run. Me and my friends in the sports card hobby right now are having conversations daily about, oh my God, 20 years ago, remember when we could pick up XYZ at XYZ price? I have shared this in other videos. I picked up a T206 1911 Ty Cobb for $100 back in the day. It's a PSA 3. It's worth 15 grand now, right? I picked up a Jim Brown rookie card for $400 back in the day. It's worth 8 grand now. I bought the cards that I could afford in the highest grade that I could afford back then. Quality players, quality cards that I felt had a good opportunity to appreciate. That's why you see the cards that I started with, Squirtle, Pikachu, Charmander. Like I feel really good about these cards. This is the 1999 set. And I just am telling you right now, you and I, because this channel will still exist in 20 years, you and I 20 years from now will look back and say, oh my God, can you believe that we picked these up for whatever? I think my average cost on all of these with shipping and tax and all of that was like between 60 and 70 bucks. So happy to have those cards. I also want to make sure that I get into shadowless. Again, I know that there's going to be some expense with that, but I think that it's just such a small fraction of what the cost is going to be now versus what the value is going to be later. So I do want to go and first I'm going to get them in base set, then I'm going to look into shadow list. I do want to add some first editions over time. And again, these are long-term goals, right? Like I don't have a lot of super short-term goals. Everything that I look at is a 3, 5, 10-year horizon. But I know that in this space, if I can get moving faster, this is where I'm going to find the most value. So next thing, same thing here. right? I see the biggest long-term return in these 1999 products. I just think that they are super undervalued right now. I am buying them all day long, okay? So I promise you, mark my words, 20 years from now, you're going to be having a conversation with me and other Pokemon collectors, and we're going to say, do you remember back when we could buy a Squirtle base set in PSA 10 for 60 bucks? Now they're going for, I don't know how much, 1,000, 2,000, we'll see. And I know the population reports on these are super high. I know that there's a couple thousand PSA 10s out there. I get it. That's okay. There's only one 1999 set. Much like the anniversary set, there's only one first edition USA-based Pokemon set. So value in there. Next thing that I'm collecting, what the market tells me to buy. Okay, like I am looking to build value in my collection. So if you saw my Sword and Shield booster box review video, this is just one of the little snippets from that video. I am telling you right now, you have to listen to what the market is telling you. It will tell you lies and it will tell you truths. And our job as collectors is to sift through the lies, find the truths. To me right now, I'm picking up some Chilling Reign, right? Evolving Skies just got redropped in a bunch of Walmarts and Big Lots and stuff like that. So I went out and I bought a ton of that. I think the prices are going to drop, but I think prices were really high to begin with. But I still think long-term value in Evolving Skies, I think the value's there. If you can buy it at MSRP, I think Evolving Skies at MSRP is a steal all day long. I also have an Astral Radiance and a Silver Tempest booster box. I'm not sure if I'm going to invest any more in that while I see a lot of upside in Chilling Reign. But I will always listen to the market. You have to, okay? We have a lot of emotion, we have a lot of feelings, we're human beings, that's just how we're wired, but you have to be able to cut through that, and you have to be able to listen to what the market is telling you, because at the end of the day, the market is the judge, jury, and executioner. They tell you, the market tells you what prices people are paying is what tells you what the value is worth, not how much you love that piece of cardboard, because at the end of the day, that's all we're doing, right? We're collecting cardboard. So I am buying what the market tells me to buy right now. As I continue to do this channel, as I continue to do more data analysis, like I know that we're going to find more things to buy. This last thing, and this is what I referenced in the beginning of this video, okay? Charizard UPC boxes. Like, I think the price to content value is way off right now. I know that they're printing the hell out of it. I know that everybody was super excited when it first came out. To be honest with you, like this was the very first product that I bought from a Pokemon perspective. I went to my local Pokemon card store, and the owner there, who obviously knows infinitely more than I do, he said, hey, if you're gonna buy anything, you should buy these Charizard UPC boxes. So I said, okay, how much are they? He said 150 bucks. I bought two at 150. You can buy them now for about $95. I'm fine with that. Okay, sometimes that happens in life. My first investment, I get it. I'm gonna hold them. I'm not gonna open them. But I'm actually buying more now at that $95 price point. You can get them shipped, buy it now on eBay for 95 bucks. And I'm going to tell you why in my next video. And what I'm doing with them might surprise you, because I'm not a big grip it and rip it type guy. I'm not a big, hey, let's hunt for Easter eggs and try and find those magical rare pulls, which really don't happen. Like ripping wax isn't the best way to find value in cards, in my opinion. But I'm doing something different for this Charizard UPC box, okay? What I want you to understand is there's a ton of future upside in this box, and I think there's a ton of future upside in what we know is inside of this box, okay? I'm going to be asking you in my next video, why are you not buying? And I'm going to explain to you why you should be buying. And again, this is going to be a very data-driven approach. This is going to show you the pros and cons of it. And I'm also going to talk through some of the risks, because whenever I talk about, hey, you should be buying this product, or hey, I'm buying this product, this is why I'm buying this product, it is infinitely more important to talk about the risks before we talk about the rewards, because you have to understand there's no guarantees in this. Pokemon could go to zero overnight, just like all my sports cards could go to zero overnight. So we're going to talk about that. I feel like I've come through and I've made good on my promise of explaining to you guys what I'm collecting, why I'm collecting it right now. Again, this will change, this will evolve, but that's where we're at right now. I'm excited to get this Charizard UPC video out to you guys. I've already started the research. I've got a lot of it put together, and I hope to have that out in a couple days. But again, if you like the channel, if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you in this community. We're going to build a group of strong, knowledgeable, educated investors and collectors, and we're going to have a ton of fun in the Pokemon space. You guys have an epic day. Talk to you later. Bye.